Hunt or Die is being brought to you by Mathews, Lost Camo, New Archery Products, Tinks, Lone Wolf Portable Tree Stands, Scent Blocker, and Camel Cameras.
Welcome to this week's episode of Bowhunt or Die. I'm Todd Graf, and alongside of me as always is Justin Czar.
Thanks, Todd. You know, this week we've got another really exciting episode for you as we bring you our first ever bowhunting.com elk hunt. You know, Todd, last week you went out to Wyoming, Table Mountain Outfitters, always have a great hunt while you're out there, and you know, judging from the footage that I saw, looks like one of your most exciting hunts ever.
You can tell by this smile, it's not fake. That was absolutely one of the most fun hunts I've ever had. You know what? Chasing those elk is absolutely one of the best things I've ever done while carrying a bow.
Well, I know that you had a lot of excitement during your hunt, which was a little bit different than my hunt that I had in Colorado, which you're also going to see in this episode. After that, we're also going to join Dean Krieger and Tom Alford in Wisconsin for opening weekend where these guys put down a couple of nice does. But before we get to that, let's kick things off with Todd's Wyoming elk hunt.
Heading into September, I was extremely excited about my archery elk hunt with Table Mountain Outfitters. This was going to be my second time chasing these elk around the mountains, and I was hoping that this time I was going to get the job done. You know what? It never fails. I had a delayed flight for 3 hours. I finally ended up in camp, and I was ready to start hunting. You know, the first 3 days of hunting was pretty incredible. We had some close encounters. We saw a lot of elk. We could just never get the job done. But finally, on the fourth day, we found ourselves right within the last hour of the hunt, and we were positioned between a couple of bulls bugling and a cow in heat, and man, did the action ever heat up.
Day 4. This is a special day. Scott Rangy's son Keaton is with us. He's my good luck charm, but Dustin didn't work. Let's go. This wind has been in trouble. We're getting closer now. See what happens. We're so close. We got this one small one right in front of us. 40 yards. Just cannot move. These bulls are fighting another range over here. Besides asking to harvest, what more can he ask for? We had these two bulls fighting right in front of us. We tried to sneak up on them, but just had two big limbs in the way to be able to get a 50-yard shot. Oh, man. We waited for it. We've given this bull about
Oh, he was so calm. Yeah. I was screwed because I was on this side.
I seen you.
And then as soon as you went behind that tree there,
Yep, I kept saying other side.
I couldn't tell what it was. 6 or 5.
my first elk, he was perfect. Yes. Oh my gosh. 4th day. I mean, we have been playing cat and mouse with these bulls. I mean, it's unbelievable. How about it? I mean, up and down and around. You don't have to sit in the stand 15 hours at a time. I mean, you get to move. Oh man, that was pure awesomeness.
Is this your first time out all with this?
Archery elk hunting?
Archery elk hunting?
Have you been archery?
First time with somebody who actually got one though. Oh, you're killing me! It finally paid off. I mean, we had been working these bulls over. Finally, we got set up here. We're chasing around a cow up on top of this hill. There's another one still beautiful over there. Sure enough, he came down, and I was on this side of the tree. Sure enough, I knew it. It never fails when you get up against a tree. You're never sure if they're going to come on the left side or the right side. Sure enough, he picked the opposite side I was on. He got actually behind this tree. You can see it right here. Just gave me enough time to get that arrow over. I went to full draw, 28 yards. I made a good shot. Oh. Man, that elk hunting something else. We're gonna go see if we can find some blood right here. Come on.
There we go.
Got good blood right here.
Down there.
All right, we just got more blood right here in this log. These are definitely his prints. Bam, bam, coming through here.
Left of you.
There's my arrow right in front of you. All right, here's my arrow. So we got good penetration. If you take a look here, it's decent penetration for the shot that I had. Oh, Dustin. Oh, I'm glad you saw him. How many yards? What do you think? Oh, 180 maybe?
No, not even that
Not
far.
even that.
Oh, it's a lot bigger than a deer, that's for sure. Oh man.
Very cool.
5 by 6, 6 by 5.
Look at how these sides come out.
We ended up finding them about 150 yards down here. Oh man, Angie, Keaton, thank you so much for coming out with us today. Angie, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, we're here in Wyoming with Scott and Angie Denny and their boy Keaton. I tell you what, it was an incredible 4 days of hunting. You know what? This is my second time elk hunting. I was finally successful. Everything came together after 4 days of hard work. I mean, it was absolutely a blast. Scott, Angie, I cannot thank you guys enough. I mean, this is, yes, I'm gonna go on record saying this is probably better than whitetail deer hunting for sure. I mean, climbing these hills and being mobile and, you know, stalking. I mean, it is the most ultimate hunt for sure. Scott, thank you for all your hard work.
You bet.
I appreciate everything.
You bet.
One thing too about Table Mountain Outfitters I can tell you for a fact is they are extremely kid friendly for sure. When it comes to booking your first hunt, whether it be an antelope hunt or trying to get an elk or whatever, you should definitely try to include your family. That's one thing I will give Table Mountain Outfitters an A++ about, is they are absolutely a kid-friendly environment. So, Keaton, you were the good luck charm today. Thank you for coming along, because the last 3 days it was not working out, and finally it did with you with us. So, thank you, all of you guys, for sure.
You bet.
Man, Todd, that was a great way to start off your bow hunting season. You know, after you shoot that elk, your blood's pumping, you're giving everybody a hug. I mean, the raw emotion that you see right there truly is, to me anyways, what embodies bow hunting and what makes it great.
There is no question about it, Justin. I mean, seriously, that was about our 40th setup on different bulls. I mean, you never know when that moment of truth is going to happen. It finally came together there. I think I almost squeezed Angie's head off.
Yeah, I know, I can see that.
But I'll tell you what, seriously, if you're interested in going on a great hunt out west, you cannot go wrong by calling Scott and Angie Denny. They're top of the line people. They run a great organization. They've been in business for over 17 years. I've been with them hunting for at least 5 or 6 times now, and it's a great time.
Yeah, I mean, we went out on our antelope trip last year, which was fantastic. We both shot antelope. You shot an elk this year. You know, you can't beat it. So if you guys are looking for a great Western hunt, check them out online. It's TableMountainOutfitters.com.
Or check out huntingwyoming.com as well. Now, let's hear a little bit about your hiking trip.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, a hunting trip that kind of turned into a hiking trip. Didn't go quite as well as Todd's hunt went, but hey, spent a week in the mountains hunting elk with a couple of my buddies. It was still a great time, even though we didn't tag anything, so check it out. So while Todd was up in Wyoming on his hunt, I was down in Colorado with my good friends Mike Willen and Dan Mader on a hunt of our own. You know, for Mike and I, this was our first trip out west of Colorado to chase elk. We were very excited to get out there. Unfortunately, the elk just didn't want to cooperate with us. It seems like the rut was a little bit late in Colorado this year. We didn't hear a lot of bugling. In fact, we didn't even see an elk while we were hunting, but we had a great time nonetheless. We saw some spectacular scenery and had a blast just running around the mountains, you know, with their buddies for a week trying to chase some elk. It was a great time, so check it out.
Our plan of sitting up on these meadows and waiting for something to come out hasn't worked yet. We sat up there for about 3.5 hours and nothing showed up, so it's starting to get dark. Sun just went down over the mountainside, so we're just gonna work our way back down the mountain. Dan's kind of cow calling as we go to see if we can spot anything, maybe feeding down in these meadows, but it doesn't look very promising. But what are you gonna do? We're here, we gotta keep hunting, so let's go. Elk hunting is for the birds. Kids don't do this. It's about 40 miles of walking in 7-degree heat, so you can look at mountains, do something with your life, go to college, become a doctor.
You know, despite the fact that we didn't get an elk, and actually we didn't even see an elk while we were hunting, Mike and I still had a blast. I gotta say a big thank you to my buddy Dan Mader, who took Mike and I out with him, took time out of his elk hunting schedule to try to get us on an elk, and you know, unfortunately it just didn't work out this time. When you're hunting Colorado public ground and the bulls aren't bugling, there's not a whole lot that you can do. I will say that I'm definitely addicted to elk hunting. I can't wait to get back out west. Hopefully next year, chase an elk, and maybe next time I'll be able to fill my tag.
Man, that was a tough hunt that you guys had in Colorado.
Yeah, it was.
I can definitely feel for you. You know what? My first elk hunting trip, I headed to Montana, and I spent 7 days trying out my hiking boots is basically what I did as well. Everybody else in camp was seeing elk, and I was the only guy who never saw one. So I know what it's like to spend 7 days walking around the woods.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't easy, but you know what? That's why they call it hunting. We still had a blast. So next up, we're going to join Tom Alford, and we're going to join Dean Krieger up in Wisconsin. It's opening weekend of bow season. These guys set out with a goal that if they got an opportunity to shoot a doe, that they were going to take it, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, it's opening morning of the 2011 Wisconsin bow season here. It's just breaking light. We're sitting between 2 blocks of timber, and there's oak trees to the north here and alfalfa to the west. We got a east wind, got some deer out in the field over here I can see coming through already. It's a nice doe, probably about a 1.5 year old doe all by herself, so it's a good one to take out. The landowner was asking me to make sure I take some deer out this year. They're just eating his crops up. I got some more does coming up along the edge here, so looks like they might come this way. You know, that was the 11th deer I seen this morning, all does. Bow hunt or die, this is the way it goes. Looks good. Got the lone wolf up here. It's only about a 10-yard shot this morning on that first one. There's the second one. Shooting the Thunderhead, new archery products, Thunderhead edges here. Blew right through both those does.
So let's follow the blood trail up and see if we can find them. There she is, laying right here. See if we can find that second doe. There she is, right here. About an 18-month-old doe. Great way to start the Wisconsin 2011 bow season. 2 does down. The landowner's happy, gave him a call, and he thanked me already, so we'll get a tag on her and get her out by the other one and show you both of them. All right, here we are, opening day of Wisconsin bow season 2011. Did a little herd management this morning, took 2 does out, and season's just begun, so got some meat for the freezer and making the landowner happy to take some of the deer out that eating his crops. And tonight we're gonna go after, see if we can get a mature buck on the ground.
Alright, it's opening morning of Wisconsin archery season. We snuck in here last night, hung this set about 80 yards away. We got 1,000 trail camera pictures, daytime photos of some big bucks. So hopefully get a cracking one this morning. Bowhunt or die. That was a buck we caught, Funky Buck. He's a perfect management deer. Definitely want to get him up this far. 2.5-year-old with 0 potential. Could have drilled him here at like 10 yards, but I don't know, it wasn't right. Tenderloins. Tenderloin. I can't hit her back though. She took that one step right in the shot. Smoked her. Thought pretty good. She was right there. 5 yards. Alright, so it's been about a half hour. The shot looked pretty good on film. I'm gonna go down and grab the arrow and see what it looks like. My first reaction was it was a little far back, but I'm gonna check to see how the blood looks on the arrow. Kind of peek down this lane and see if I can see her laying there. We didn't hear her go into the woods.
Sweet. I can't tell you how excited I am to actually get this doe. Opening day, Wisconsin. First deer of the year. Nice big healthy doe. Probably 2-year-old doe. Shot was a little far back. She went a lot farther than we thought she was going to go. Backed out, gave her 2 hours. And pretty much walked right to her. She's got just some thick cover and laid down for a nap. Sweet.
Now that is a great way to start off opening weekend. Tom and Dean both did a fantastic job. They're both practicing quality deer management. The particular farms that they're hunting have an abundance of does, and they're working on getting their buck to doe ratio significantly closer than what they are right now. Now, as far as Dean goes, he did a great job filming. I mean, he was filming by himself, and that's something that all you viewers need to start doing. I'll tell you what, there's nothing more rewarding and more fun to be able to capture these moments while you're out there to share with your family members, your friends. And I'll tell you what, if for heaven forbid you make a bad shot or something were to go wrong, you've got that footage to look at. More importantly, you'll have it for the rest of your life. Campbell Cameras has all kinds of equipment that you can get started very inexpensively to start capturing those moments of your hunts. Great job, guys.
Next up, we want to congratulate the successful hunters who took the time to send in their trophy photos to us. Ann Altman, Cole Phoebus, Mike Fitzgerald, and Shane McWilliams. Congratulations, everyone. Those are some great trophies. Now remember, if you want to see your photo in an episode of Bowhunt or Die, you can either email them to us, info@bowhunting.com, post them on our Facebook wall, or you can submit them right through the homepage of bowhunting.com.
Well, that's all the action we have for this week's episode of Bowhunt or Die. Now, as far as this weekend goes, it's October 1st. We've got a couple new teammates that you're going to start seeing more of because I know they're going to be ready to hunt this weekend. As far as myself, I'm excited. The weather patterns look fantastic. They have a great weekend. I've got some super good bucks that I'm going to be chasing. How about you, Justin?
You know, I got a couple decent bucks on my trail camera that we're going to be after. You know, most importantly, we're going to be visiting one of our new leases that we just picked up through the Hunting Lease Network.
That's right.
It's in a great spot. It's got some great potential. So you never know. With the cool weather that we're going to have, we could potentially get some bigger bucks up on their feet this weekend. So you'll have to check back on next week's episode right here, Bowhunt or Die, and see how the Illinois opener goes.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out facebook.com/bowhunting for daily updates, news, photos, and other exciting information. We also want to hear your opinions and your stories, so join us now and like us on Facebook.
So we started coming up this hill, and lo and behold, I found this monstrous mule deer shed. It looks like it's been here for about 5 years. So this proves that at one point in time, there was a living animal on this hill.